Hey Scrappers, it's Vanessa here, and today I have a project up on Traci Reed Designs blog, and it is this little 4x6 mini album that I created using the new Grit and Grace collection that was released this month. So you can check out the blog post, it'll be in the description box below, to go and see just kind of a step-by-step and some photos of this project. So what I thought I would do is, before I speed up the video and do a voiceover, I thought I would just start excuse me, start by showing you the book that I created before I started embellishing it. So I used for the front and back cover, this was a pattern paper in a 12 by 12 size, and then all of the pages inside, as you can see, I used the 6 by 4 pattern papers from the kit, so they're sized so that the patterns are smaller. So this has all of the pattern papers that are in the collection. So, and then on the back cover, I did use one of the 4x6 or the 6x4 journaling cards, or in this case, it's not a journaling card, but I used that one to finish the back cover. Now, each of my pattern papers, I wanted to add a bit more stability to the album, so I did take some brown cardstock from my stash. I cut that to 4x6, and then I cut each of the pattern papers down by about a quarter of an inch on both sides, and then matted them on the brown. And then all of the edges, I used my Distress ink and Vintage Photo. And then to each page, as you can see, I added gold splatters. So that's what I used to do every single page. Now the covers, I used a harder or a stiffer cardstock, not cardstock, it's kind of like a board, it's kind of a cardboard, again, to allow the cover to have a bit more stability to it so that it could stand up easily to sort of wear and tear. And so that is going to be the background pages of my little mini album here. I did go ahead and use my cinch machine to add the rings, but you could use binder rings, you could use other binding systems like what are the ones like the Happy Planner one that have like the little discs. Any of those you could use. I like the cinch because I can lay it flat, so when I go to decorate this, it's going to be quite easy. Now I made my mini album with the intention of sort of being able to document, say, 10 things that I'm thankful for the month of November. So I am going to have white cardstock that'll act in place of where I could put a photo or journaling throughout the album. So you'll see that as we go. But I wanted to start the video and just show you the created album before, and then I'm going to go and do voiceover, and we're going to put not the whole album, but just a few pages together. And then at the end, I'll come back on and do a quick flip through so you can see the entire thing. I did also print some 3x4 cards from the collection as well. Those I'm going to use for flip ups in the album. And then I do plan to have a pattern paper pocket here at the back just to stick little things if I want to in the back of the album. So what I'm going to do is put the camera on and go ahead and do a voiceover, and like I said, put a few of these pages together. I'm going to try to not make it too long, but I did want to let you sort of get a feel for how I put each of the pages together. You can see piles here to the side. I've kind of gone through the digital kit, the sticker sheet, and all the ephemera from the collection and sort of kind of picked out pieces to use on the individual pages. I also did a little bit of die cutting. This is one of the die cuts that I cut with my with a die in my little Sizzix machine. So I have a few pages that are going to have die cuts like that using papers from the collection. So I'm going to go ahead and get this video sped up, and we're going to put this together. Okay, so we are going to start here by building the cover page for the album. So I am using elements from both the digital and the sticker sheet, as well as I have cut with some dies my title, and I did layer them up like about 4 times, I think. So they have the dimension of like a thicker. So I have my title there, that is thankful, and then I have the word for, that's also been cut with a different die using the green pattern paper from the collection. And then I did pull from my stash some fabric flowers, and then I added some of the digital and sticker sheet florals as well. So I have a combination of both on my title page. And as you can see, I am adding ink around all those edges. I went ahead and glued that down off camera, and now I am going to go ahead and build a couple of pages in the album here on camera, and then at the very end I will do a flip through of the album so you can see it in its entirety. So this is going to be the first page, and I have just bits and pieces that I have pulled, and I'm using both the digital and the sticker sheet, which I mentioned before. The numbers are from the sticker set, and it does go to the end of the month. I'm only using the numbers 1 through 10 for my project, since I just did 10 things that I'm thankful for. And then you could, if you're doing it, obviously go for the full month. So here I'm just going to layer up all of these florals, and basically each of the pages follows the same kind of concept. The only difference is that some of the pages will have a flip up that'll go flip up or flip out, and I use some 3x4 cards from the collection for all of those flip up and out elements on my pages. So I think the next one we're going to cut to is actually going to build one of those, so you can kind of just see really quick how I do that. I do use washi tape in a wood grain for those. So that was page 1, and then we're going to jump to, I believe this might be page 3, and it does have one of those flip outs. So this is the 3x4 card that I'm going to use, and this is the brown washi tape, which is a wood grain washi that I'm going to go ahead and use to attach my little 3x4 card to my page. And so I did leave this in so you can kind of get an idea of how I create these. There's lots of different ways. It does take a little bit of fiddling because I need to get it so that I have enough room to add. That white cardstock in the background is going to represent where I can either use it for journaling or I can add a photo. And so I place that down, and I do, as I said before, ink all of the edges, and then I'm just going to play with the embellishments and kind of figure out where everything needs to go. And yeah, like I said, this is page 3. And so once I get all of this sort of laid out, we are going to jump to where I have completed the entire album. And basically it follows, like I said, the same concept for every page. And once the album was complete, I did go ahead and film where I have added some enamel dots and a few mini paper clips to the pages that have the frames. I added enamel dots to the center of all the florals, and those mini paper clips go on the pages with the frames. I didn't go and film the entire flip through of me putting enamel dots on all of the florals. At first I was going to leave it all in, but then I was like, it's just me sticking enamel dots down. That gets really boring really fast. So so you're gonna see here I'm just gonna do the first, I think, 3 or 4 pages, so you can kind of see here's how I'm kind of placing them. If there's no florals on the page or none that have a center, I just do little clusters of 3 enamel dots. But most of the pages have florals, so I am just adding the enamel dots in the center. I had thought about using these little enamel shapes from 49 and Market, I believe, but I did not end up using those at all. And so here is page 3. This was the other page that I actually filmed, so you could see it being created. And again, I'm just going to fill in all of the enamel dots. And I will tell you, I had the hardest time getting enamel dots off those little sheets. I have no idea why. For some reason, I could not, when I was filming this, I could not pick them up at all. Like, it just was taking forever. So there are the 3 pages. Okay, I am going to do a really quick flip through. You did see a flip through when I was putting the enamel dots, which was the last finishing touch for this. But I'll hold this up a little bit so you can kind of see it. So this is the title. These are probably some of the only things, these fabric flowers are some of the only things that are not from the kit that I added to this book. So page 1, this, I did not glue this down so that I could either add a photo, and if I don't add a photo and I just journal, then I'll just glue that down eventually. But I did add the little paper clips just to add a little extra detail. And then page 2, we have a flip up. And again, I can put a photo or journaling, lots of journaling space here. The enamel dots just add that little extra finishing touch and a little bit of texture and dimension. Even though I didn't pop anything up on this album, you can see when it's closed, it still has lots of bulk to it. So page 3, again, flip out. And here is page 4, again, another flip out. Super cute. Here is page 5. Again, I have another frame that I can put a photo in. Page 6 has a flip up this time. Page 7 has another, oh, I need to put a paper clip on that to keep it with the same theme. So basically wherever I had a frame, I added a paper clip. I think that's kind of fun, little added element. So there's 7, 8 has a flip out, 9 has the paper clip because it has the frame, 10 has a flip out, and the last page there is actually a little pocket, so I can pop anything I might want to put in there. And then the last page just is the back cover. And that is going to do it for this. So be sure to check out the blog and you can see the blog post. And so with that, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Have a great day, everybody. Bye-bye.